We're live.
Formula One is back, baby.
Yeah. Will
And we get a Grand Prix that's in the United States, so we have a reasonable watch time.
yes. I do
Fantastic.
enjoy those mornings, but it's nice to also have an afternoon race.
Oh, it's gonna be so
And
good.
for those of you watching, me and Eddie were supposed to be there, but these prices, I can't afford it.
The prices are too damn high.
I guess we should have bought our tickets at Costco then.
That's true.
In bulk. Should have bought.
Yeah, right? Man, speaking of Costco, the Costco in Texas got all this nice Formula One merch.
Yeah.
It went to none of the other Costco's in the US, but they got like Red Bull hats and stuff for like $20. I was like, man,
Costco keeps the cost low.
we gotta go to Texas.
Sponsor us, Costco?
And for those of you watching from Europe, Costco is the equivalent to your, I don't know what they have it called there.
No, maybe they have Costco. I don't know.
It's just a bulk warehouse.
I doubt it. My mom said it. My mom was in England. She's like,
No,
"Oh,
that
this is like
wasn't
our Costco."
That wasn't Costco. It sounded like Costco, but it was just like Publix.
Tesco.
For those of you guys that don't know what Costco is, go to Google and put Costco.
All right, let's get started.
All right,
let's talk about the race.
Well, first things first, we wanted to do a podcast in the middle of the break, but life got away from us. And while life was getting away from us, Lawson is officially in Ricardo's seat.
Yep. Liam Lawson. Congrats
Welcome
to him.
RB.
Sad for Daniel.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting.
Listen, F1 is all about business. If you're not performing, you out.
I don't know. We got a bunch of drivers that have been there forever that aren't performing. Driving a green car.
Well, What do you mean? You talking about Bottas?
Oh, sure. But I was talking about little Mr. Lance Stroll.
Well, he's an exception because his daddy owns the team.
That's true. There's a lot of paid drivers.
Yeah.
Checo's a paid driver. Anyways, so Lawson.
If only my papai had money.
Okay, here's the thing. While we're speaking about Lawson and Checo, okay, I kept reading these things that were popping up from some kind of reliable sources here and there that it's most likely going to be Lawson driving for Red Bull next season, and he'll be taking Checo's seat. And technically, him and Yuki are like racing for the remainder of the season to see who gets that seat. And I'm like, hold up. Like, Formula One loves to do this. They're like right in front of the drivers' faces. They're like, hey, we're looking for somebody else for next year, even though you're on a paid contract for next year. Like, what is this? What is going on?
I heard something else, that Yuki is very unlikely to stay with Red Bull and is likely to go to Aston Martin when they switch to Honda. I don't know, a lot of rumors, but I don't remember if we talked about it, but there were a lot of rumors that Checo was going to retire at the Mexican Grand Prix. We did talk about this.
No, we didn't. This happened during the break.
Yeah, and then he tweeted a response with the Leonardo DiCaprio scene from Wolf of Wall Street, like, I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not leaving.
Funny.
I love that.
I feel like every weekend there's somebody about to lose their seat. Every single weekend.
Yeah. And it looks like Bottas is gonna, I think he's the front runner now to keep the seat.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
I heard a crazy thing. It was like, we're shopping Schumacher. I'm like, why is Schumacher's
I heard that
name still
I heard that today.
Out there?
It is very strange. I don't know.
I think that's Toto just trying to like sneak him into the news headlines or something.
If Toto wanted Schumacher to drive, he wouldn't have pulled him from the Mercedes test. Because did you hear about that? He was testing a car for Mercedes and they pulled him out early and then had George finish the session.
When was that?
This was during the break.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about this.
Mick
Well,
Schumacher was doing a test session. I think it was in the rain or something. And then they stopped it early and then had George finish the session.
well, they didn't want him to crash a car.
I don't know. Maybe.
Poor little
Maybe.
Schumacher.
So, what I did hear about during the break is that Haas now has a partnership with Toyota
Yeah.
GR
Oh,
Racing Team.
I don't know what that
They're
partnership
gonna keep,
entails because
I same because do know they're still gonna keep the Ferrari engines until 2028. So
yeah,
what I just want to know, like, what part is Toyota really gonna take onto this team? It's interesting. I remember back in the days watching F1 and Toyota was just everywhere, like huge everywhere.
yeah,
Then they disappeared, and then now they're back. And what are they gonna dip their toes in?
yeah. I don't know.
I saw it. I saw the news and I was like, "What does it mean?"
Mhm.
I don't know what it means, but
It's very
cool.
vague.
They better not fucking bring a Toyota Corolla to race.
Yeah, in this house
Fucking Corolla safety car.
we
Listen,
don't have
listen,
positive feelings about Toyotas over here.
listen. I don't know if you've been in a Camry or driven a Camry, but that car drives nice.
Ugh,
Very.
come on,
It's a nice drive.
it probably drives just like my Elantra.
No. This is a luxury drive.
You said Camry.
Look, all
Toyota
I have
wants
Me,
to
to
say
me and Will
sponsor
is,
the
have it out for
podcast.
Corollas.
listen, Eddie, next time you're driving here in South Florida and you see a Toyota Corolla, just keep close eye on it. I feel like everybody that has a Corolla here in South Florida, they just pulled their driver's license out of a cereal box
Okay.
and it just says, "Okay, I can drive now."
All right. We
Just
got a
pay
sprint
attention.
weekend coming up. we have 6 races and 3 sprints in the next 8 weeks. How you guys feel
Exciting.
about that?
I'm
I forgot it
excited
was
for
a
Formula
sprint
One's back.
weekend.
No. I'm looking forward to lots of racing because
Mhm.
we've been missing racing for 3 weeks. So let's just
Mhm.
have 2 races in one
Yep.
weekend. Let's do it.
Triple header, 2-week break, triple header, right? That's what we have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
It's
I think the triple header ends in Brazil.
it's gonna be a good one. This first triple header, right? No.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Austin, Mexico,
Wait.
Brazil.
Oh yeah. Austin, Mexico, Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
Americas.
who's bringing upgrades this weekend? I haven't heard anything.
So I
there,
heard
I don't.
something earlier today
Uh-huh.
that McLaren is bringing a new floor upgrade. Mercedes is bringing bonkers upgrades, from what I heard. Red Bulls is also bringing upgrades. And I didn't hear much about Ferrari and everybody else. Eddie?
Yeah, I haven't heard specifically about any other teams, but I'm assuming with a 3-week break, and they're allowed to work. I mean, technically, they're not allowed to work during the summer break.
Mm,
So since they're allowed to work during this one, I'm assuming
mm.
pretty much every team is going to have at least some tuning changes to try to improve the pace.
I see
So it's
what you're
pretty
saying.
competitive out there.
Yeah. In the midfield too.
Yeah,
You got
midfield's competitive.
Williams is like, hey, we're here now.
Even the back markers are competitive. The Saubers beat the Alpines in the last race.
Oof.
That's
Brutal.
unheard of.
That's what I'm saying. It's doggy dog
That
out there.
that's Alpine being broken.
That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Let's talk. So Helmut Marko went on record and said that Lando's mental weakness will cost him the championship.
Mm.
He said Lando's mental weakness. Those words.
Mm.
Now, that's probably
Wow.
because Lando's always beating himself up in the interviews. But that guy's won 3 races this year. Should have been 4
Correct.
in Hungary.
But I kind of agree. Like, we all know that he's not Max Verstappen when it comes to being like that type of mindset. I do agree that Norris
That
has
win
some
above
weakness.
all.
I think we saw a lot of the weakness when he let Piastri buy and take first place, because Max Verstappen would have never done that. But I will say that even though he is right, I believe that he is strategically saying this in the media because he knows he's weak-minded, and he's
For
gonna say
sure.
something to weak-mind him even more and help his driver win the driver championship.
Trying to put some pressure on him.
So either he's going to feel the pressure and be affected by it, or he's going to win the race this weekend and just give a big middle finger to him.
Yep.
He
And
has one of those two
And
options.
Helmut thinks that Red Bull's in danger of losing Max as well. So maybe he's
They
trying
should
to
be
talk a
too.
big game to try to get Max the championship, keep him there.
Mm-hmm.
Losing Max to
Helmut did a
another
lot of
team
talking.
or a completely different race.
Say that again.
I heard they're in danger of losing Max like to another F1 team or just to a completely different type of racing. Because I heard that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that Max is unhappy with the current state of Formula One.
Yep.
Yeah, with
You
all
didn't hear about
the, I
this?
mean, with
No,
with
this is news to me.
yeah, just mainly with what happened last race where
Oh,
he's
with the
four.
bad word thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So he was like holding his own press conferences outside the media room and talking about how Formula One doesn't let you be yourself. I don't know. Doesn't seem like he's too happy
Yeah.
with the current state of Formula One.
You think the GOAT would leave Formula One? Where would he go?
I mean, he can go wherever he wants. Like
Wow.
anyone
Wherever
will
he
pay him so much money. He can probably just stream on Twitch and make a ton of money.
Oh my god. You guys caught me out of left field with that one. I had no idea that something like that could happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty well known that Max doesn't plan to have a long career like Alonso or Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the writing might be on the wall. Maybe 2028 is the last year or something when he's like 32 or however old he'll be.
Wow.
And there's other races out there, V, that's like, a lot of people watch too. IMSA, Indy,
The Formula One is the pinnacle.
It is a pinnacle, but he's
yeah, but
dominated
like
the pinnacle.
once you conquer everything that you conquer and break all the records, like he's just like, okay, what now?
Like
I'm
Alonso
gonna go here.
Alonso left and I think won the Triple Crown. He won like Le Mans, the Indy 500 and something else. Didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then he came back to Formula One. I had a question for you
out of
guys.
left field there.
Yeah.
I had a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
A topic of discussion. Coming after this break, we have 8 races left, something like that. Who do we think
6?
is on the hot seat to perform after this extended 3-week break? Who's your team?
Or a team?
Yeah, your team. Which team is on the hot seat for you guys? They need to perform or it's complete failure.
I would have to say Mercedes.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I think of all the other teams and they've kind of like Williams is in like a test season, like they're kind of already out. They're trying to get points here and there, but they're just trying new things. And they know next year is going to be big. And then I think about, Alpine, and, I think about Kick, they're not really doing anything out there. Haas, maybe they got something to prove, but I do feel like Mercedes has the most to prove because they're up there with everybody else, but they're like just right behind. And if they can make a step up and maybe go into third, then they would have, I believe, achieved their goals for the season.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Well, as far as Mercedes, they've won 3 races this year, but you look at them in the standings and they're so they're just in a league of their own. Like they're so far from the top 3 as far as points. Now they've gotten a little unlucky. Like George has had a couple disqualification or DNFs with the car breaking down. He flipped over in Canada on the last lap. Lewis has been pretty consistent, but he had a tough go of it at the start of the year. I don't know if you remember. Like
Yes.
George was beating him in every race and every quali session. He was just finishing like P9, P10 every race. But for me, I mean, I think the obvious team on the hot seat is Red Bull. I think if they get third, it would be a complete disaster. Or if they lose the championship, like if Max loses the championship, I think it's shambles.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Like
gonna say.
the
I was
biggest
leaning
fall
towards
from grace.
Williams. I was leaning towards Williams, but then after both of you talking, I'm like, nah, Red Bull is the one that's on the hot seat for sure.
Yeah. And looking at other teams
Especially
like
we were
Sauber
just
has nothing. Yeah. Go
we
ahead.
were just talking about, like, you know, they're in danger of losing Max. So yeah, what you
Yeah.
said, Eddie, if they come in third, that's
And
Max
it
doesn't
can
want to be a
happen.
third.
I mean, it can happen
It
because the
can.
Ferraris are going to be up there every race. They're so consistent.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think you guys proved a good point. I didn't think about that, but yeah.
No, but I like the Mercedes call because they've had like the roller coaster ride they've been on is crazy, like the highest of highs and the lowest of lows in the same year. Sometimes their car's amazing, sometimes their car doesn't work at all.
When the season first started this season, and I saw how it was going at the very beginning, I honestly didn't think at all Mercedes was capable of winning a race this season as well.
I mean,
You know,
I
like Eddie
don't
said,
think it.
we've won.
I
They
didn't.
won 3, but I didn't think they were going to win any. Honestly,
I thought Red Bull was going to win 20 out of the 24, and McLaren would win a couple of them, and Ferrari would maybe win one. Like the start of the year. Excuse me. At the start of the year, Max won the first race by 25 seconds, and the person he beat was his teammate. Like they were so dominant. You're like, okay, it's another year of Red Bull just
it's like, oh, here we go again, right? Here we go. Should we watch?
And then now we're at a point where Red Bull's not even leading the constructors. Ferrari's won 3 races. Mercedes won 3 races. McLaren's won 4 races. 5 races. McLaren's won. It's crazy.
What a season.
It's one of the best. We had a friend here a couple weeks ago, and I think they came. It must have been after the last race. I was like, "Did you guys see the race?" They're like, "Oh, we stopped watching because Max Verstappen would win every single race, and that's so boring." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Listen, you don't know what you're missing." And then I gave them like a brief synopsis, and they're like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah.
So it's a good time to be watching.
Max literally got booed last year in Austin because he won. So we'll see what happens this year. But I mean, do you want to transit? We can go to last year's race, take a look.
Talk about it.
Our podium last year was Verstappen first, Lando P2, and Carlos Sainz P3. But we had Hamilton finish P2 on track and Leclerc finished P6 on track, and they both got disqualified at the end of the race. And that is when Mr. Logan Sargent got his first F1 point.
Yes. First and only.
When he got his first F1 point. But yeah, the racing.
I'm glad it happened in America, you know?
Right?
Yeah.
Right? They're racing in COTA, Circuit of the Americas. Really fast track. A lot of drivers like this track. Really fun to drive. A lot of fast corners and stuff. A couple hairpins.
Yeah, I was looking at the track and I really like it. It has a lot of turns. So it's interesting. And the straights are long. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It's got a nice little look to it when you look at it. You know, it's not like an upside down pig or anything.
I'm looking at the map here of it.
Vegas is a fast track.
So I'm looking at the map here for COTA, and like Sector 1 looks so fun. Sector 2, even funner. And Sector 3 is like, man, what an amazing track.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best.
Yeah, right? I would like to drive Sector 1.
Yeah,
Sector 1. So many twists and little turns.
It's really fun in the game.
Yeah,
to drive. Yeah,
that looks cool. Well, I'm glad there's a good track here in the USA. One of the things I did.
Just wait for Chicago.
Uh, well, speaking of countries that want a race, I believe South Africa is trying to get.
South Korea,
Um,
I thought.
I read South Africa, and Lewis Hamilton was speaking up about it because he's like, "Oh, you keep putting, race tracks in all these countries, but we need to have representation for South Africa." So
Mm, I didn't see
yeah.
that one.
Mhm.
Shut the fuck up. All right.
I did want to show you guys the. Let's take a look at the new
Ooh.
liveries for this weekend.
What the heck is that thing? Why is it orange?
Yes. Okay, so for some reason, they thought that
I was
they
like,
needed
damn,
to
this
have.
McLaren looks dope with a BWT.
There's
I'm
going to
like,
be
wait.
2 McLarens on the track this weekend. Okay. This is
There's
the
no way
Alpine.
that thing is gonna be orange. There's no way it's actually gonna be
Yes,
orange.
it's orange.
It's not orange though, right? Is it
And do you know
orange for real?
why? Yes. It for some reason they're sponsoring clashing the 2 cars together with the Indiana Jones. If you look real quick over the top front tire, you can see there's the Indiana Jones logo there. That's why the car is orange. But my question is like, am I just like an old fart and I'm not tuned into like the world? Is there an Indiana Jones movie coming out? Like why?
I
Why
lost
is there
track
an
Is
6
Indiana
movies
Ryan
ago.
Reynolds Indiana Jones?
I lost track 6 movies ago. They lost me.
I don't understand. But yeah, it's an Indiana Jones car.
If you say so.
Yeah. So I don't know. Alpine's maybe getting a little too Hollywood.
That lighting is kind of throwing me off a little bit, but it's orange.
That's what
then,
I'm
right?
saying. I don't know if it's is it supposed to be like spray painting it? Is that what, because it's foggy too. Like why is it foggy and orange?
Decoration.
It's so weird, man.
Yeah. Well, and then we gotta have representation.
Of course.
That's the most beautiful car in America right now.
Look, there's an eagle on the side.
Look at that.
It's awesome. It looks a lot like the Red Bull livery from last year, except obviously it's black instead of blue. But it's pretty cool. I like it.
There's a lot of
Dang, I
black
hadn't seen
touches
this
to it.
livery.
You're right. The blue is so
Looks nice.
minimal.
Yeah. Oh, but
this
it
Yeah,
looks
right?
so
Why they
good.
put so much black on it?
Oh, it looks so good.
I
Whatever.
like
I
it.
love that eagle right there.
Nico better win this race. So the camera's always on it.
USA, USA. Of course, it's the best livery of the weekend because
Of
it's
course.
an American livery.
No, it's just the best. Period.
I don't know.
No, because
Wait.
Let me see what else.
no,
we got?
don't do it.
What?
I know
The chrome.
my eyes can't handle it.
I kind
I'm
of like it.
blind.
I
No,
really
let me
like
know-
it. Look at that.
Let me know.
I
Let me
like
know when
it.
it's gone. Let me know when it's gone.
Ah.
Mm-mm.
Hey,
Let me
look,
know when it's over.
look. They should make a trophy for liveries of the season. McLaren takes it.
No,
It's so
can't.
funny
McLaren?
that you say that because I
Bro,
wanted to have a
McLaren's been
discussion.
coming out with the dopest liveries.
Yes, I wanted to have a discussion about.
they had the Senna livery in Monaco.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean that's what I want to talk to you guys
Look at
about.
that.
Like,
Look
like
at that.
which livery is the best
Dude,
one?
The Senna livery,
Dude, that Singapore one. That
I
Singapore
think
one.
the Singapore one is sick.
but no, it's
I
got to
think
be the Senna livery.
I'm with Will on that. It's
Look,
sick.
the Senna livery.
How can you not like the Senna livery? You're Brazilian.
No. That Senna livery.
I like it.
Is
I like it.
fire. Like I want a little scale car of that McLaren with that livery. But that Singapore one, I don't know, man. It just gives me throwbacks to those Ayrton Senna days, but instead of red, it's orange. I don't know. I still get hard just looking at it.
No, I agree with you. It's really nice. I think that's my favorite one. So,
But look,
2Cs
maybe
won't
if
be.
this weekend I look at the Austin livery, like around the
it's gonna
track
burn
and
out.
in the sun and stuff, I'll probably like
It's
it
gonna-
even more.
It's gonna burn out my TV, dude. I don't think my TV can handle.
No, you know what
that
it
much
is?
chrome.
The sun's gonna reflect on the chrome, hit the
Yeah.
other driver's eyes, and red flags everywhere. Lando wins.
I got a good one for you guys.
I'm not a fan of the chrome.
Hot take, they're gonna lose the race because the chrome vinyl weighs more than regular vinyl.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
wow.
No, FIA is gonna come out at the end and be like, Chrome is not on the formula book, so you guys are disqualified.
Boom. Imagine that would be the worst thing that could happen to them.
Done.
Both cars get
Done.
disqualified.
And they wait to tell them after the Grand Prix weekend.
Mm. Stab.
It's crazy that we have to invent all these ways for McLaren to lose a race when they just do it themselves, like all the time.
It's true. It's true. That's why they're investing in strategy.
They need to.
It's a good
Speaking of
strategy.
I think they just promoted. Didn't Red Bull just promote Hannah Schmidt to like head of strategy?
I heard that it was a possibility, but I don't know if it went through. Maybe it did. Maybe it did.
Because they lost their sporting director, right, to Aston Martin.
Something like that. Speaking of Aston, even like Austin, right?
I see what you did there.
There's this really sad banner hanging right outside the Austin track. Yeah.
Oh. No. Why would they do that?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they had 3 weeks to change that.
Do we think Daniel Ricciardo's gonna be at the race?
3 weeks.
No way.
You don't think he's gonna be there? I'm
No.
seeing a lot of things that say that he is gonna be there.
Maybe.
Yeah?
I think it would be so
He's the
awkward.
reserve.
He's
the reserve.
so awkward.
Would it be awkward though? I think he's accepted the fact he's retiring.
Awkward. Is he retiring? Is he the reserve driver? Because if he's the reserve driver, he's not retired.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's so confusing. I don't know what's happening. I keep saying things that like it's not over for Daniel, and Christian Horner says it's still under evaluation and blah blah. It's just such a weird situation, man. They didn't give him the send off.
And then Helmut Marko comes out and says something completely different.
What did he say?
That Daniel's done.
Oh. Well, I think Daniel himself said he's done because he posted a picture or one of his friends posted a picture online of him wearing a hat that says retired. And it's just something like retired and having a good time or something like that. I forgot the exact words of the hat, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I think he's retired. And then
Look, they had 3 weeks to change that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Then there's also Lando Norris is going to be wearing this. Look at this thing.
What do you mean he's going to be wearing that?
Yeah, because he's going to win the race. So he's going to get to wear this Pirelli hat.
Let's go to predictions.
Wait. I got one more thing for you guys. One more thing before we jump into predictions, right? And the person who gets to wear this gets to lift this thing in the air.
What is that thing? Is that Mickey Mouse? I don't get it.
I'm going to Disney World.
But there's no Disney World in Texas.
Yeah, I know. If anything, they could have done it for the Florida race when it's in Miami.
I'm so confused by it.
So I did a little bit of research into it because I needed to understand. Right?
Is that a DJ or something?
Why did they
do
this?
Apparently there's this artist. He's an Italian artist, and Pirelli partnered with him, and they wanted to show Pirelli's whatever, right? Like, so you can see that the tire is what the character is standing on, and they made sure to talk about how the arms were up like it was victorious. But then I'm like, okay, but what about the ears? There's nothing in the article that says anything about the ears, right? So then I'm like, okay, well, maybe this artist, like, that's his style. So I went to his website and I looked up his stuff, and like there's nothing with ears. Like, this is legit the only thing that I've seen him make that has ears. So I'm just really confused as to what when do Europeans see America and think of Disney? Like, what is this? I don't understand.
I don't know. I think we just sound ignorant.
I'm embarrassed
now that we didn't know.
When I saw the trophy, I'm like,
look,
really?
Objectively, I think it looks kind of cool. As far as being a trophy for winning the Grand Prix, I don't know about that. Like, it's just weird. I think it looks cool.
I think it's super cool that the arms, I guess the body is carbon fiber. If you can really look into it, that's pretty cool. But the whole ears thing threw me off, though.
Yeah,
that's just my take.
I don't know.
I can't wait to see whoever wins this race lift that thing in the air.
and they're just gonna
They probably won't want to. They'll want to break it. Like, yeah.
what is this thing?
What is this?
Well, I think we can jump into predictions now.
Let's jump into predictions. So we have a sprint race. So we got new categories. A lot of points up for grabs.
I'm taking all of
And
them.
I'm gonna take all of them.
Let's start with sprint pole. What do you have, Vero?
I took some notes so that I could be prepared today.
Okay.
Sprint pole will go to the one and only annoying driver, Piastri.
Wow. Annoying?
All right.
Yeah, because I'm kind of rooting for Lando, and then Piastri's like, "Hey, here I am.
Hey, I'm just gonna be good.
Let me stir the
Will?
pot.
What you got, Will?
So my sprint pole, Mr. Lando Norris, because he got the fastest car. And he's super fast.
So does Piastri. Okay.
All right. Well, we have 3 different predictions because I'm going with Max Verstappen.
Duh, 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 duh.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
I
I
think-
guess you don't want to win.
With only no, think about this. Think about this. They've had 3 weeks to work on the car. Max is goated at driving whatever car they give him, but he's had 3 weeks to prep the setup. And Max Verstappen is the best driver when there's only one practice session.
True.
They can't set up the car. They've only got one practice session to set up the car. So I think Max is goated at that. And I think he's going to get pole by a minute, mark it. 1 full minute faster.
Sheesh. Yeah, the sprint races are hard, like to pass because it's such a limited amount of laps.
Right.
Which is why I'm gonna say the sprint winner is gonna be Piastri.
Oh my goodness. So they're not going to give it to Lando. Lando needs to win every race.
I agree, but
Uh,
Piastri is the son of a gun,
Okay.
and we're in Texas.
And Will's sprint winner is?
Will's sprint winner is Lando's going to take the pole, and then lap 1, he's going to lose it, and then Max is going
Wow.
to dominate and take the sprint race and win.
Let's see Will hedging a little bit. Lando pole, Max win.
Sure.
And I'm sticking to
Yep.
my guns. I think Max wins the sprint race.
We're talking about guns a lot with this Texas Grand Prix.
All right, stick them up, V. Who you got for quali pole?
I'm gonna take my shot with Lando Norris.
Oscar Piastri.
I think he's gonna be annoyed
switch it
at
up.
Oscar, and he's gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna take it back because it's my toy,
Yeah.
and he's gonna
Okay,
take
okay.
quali.
How about you, Will?
Mr. Lando Norris with his new floor and his McLaren.
Okay, okay. And looks like all 3 of us here are going for the same person because I got Lando
Oof.
Norris in qualifying pole.
Oh, dear.
Yeehaw!
It's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, now that they can switch the car before quali, I mean, the McLaren's just better. So I think they'll have a better setup. And I mean, even when Max was winning all those races, like half the time he wasn't on pole anyways. I think they like setting up the car better for the race. So I'm going to go with Lando for a quali pole.
I'll
Justifiable.
tell you what, though. You guys will be pulling your hairs off my podium predictions.
Oh
But
yeah.
we'll let
Why
V go
don't you
first.
just tell us? Oh, okay. Ladies first.
We'll let V go first.
All right. My race winner predictions go to Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, and Piastri.
Wow, Max not even on the podium.
Nope.
Dang.
Wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
Dang.
I feel disasters.
Disasters.
Yep.
All right, well, let's hear your podium.
Listen.
Hold on. Let me pull my hair out real quick. Let me get ready to pull my hair out.
Mic check. My podium. Mr. Lewis Hamilton.
Oh my god.
Where'd your hair go?
Max Verstappen, P2. Lando P3.
Wow, the fall from grace.
I don't get it. Like,
And that looks
Hamilton.
the exact podium from Silverstone, and that's what I think is going to repeat. I
Okay,
just have a
okay,
feeling.
okay. Will wants 1 point this week.
Okay.
It's all good.
Eddie?
My podium looks like this. Max Verstappen is going to win the race.
Okay.
Lando Norris is going to get P2, and Oscar Piastri is going to get P3. I don't know how Max is
possible.
going to do it,
It's
but
possible.
I think he's just going to, I don't know if it's going to be a strategy thing or if he's just going to be ahead on track for most of the race. I don't think that's possible. I don't think he can just lead the race without some weird strategy thing happening to keep the lead, but that's my podium. I'm sticking to it.
Can I just say something about my podium? I forgot to mention this. One of the key things I came together with choosing Lando Norris as the race winner was because I have a theory. I was talking to Will about this earlier today. It is an election year in America. Okay. I believe that Donald Trump is
Here
going
we
to
go.
show up at the Grand Prix. Okay. All right.
Hold on.
And
Do I need to go to the kitchen and get some tinfoil?
Are we in wild predictions right now? Or
Donald Trump is going
Trump's
to
gonna
show up
pop
at the Grand Prix. Okay.
Okay.
And last time Donald Trump showed up at a Grand Prix, Lando Norris won.
Okay. Here we go.
So that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
All right.
All right. We'll see if that's true. You should make that your wild prediction.
Also, I think
Really?
I bet you Kamala Harris is going to show up because she went on man, I can't remember this guy who's on Sirius FM. He has like a radio show. It's very famous. Been around years.
Who's Kamala Harris?
She went on his show and he was asking her about Formula One. She said she's a big fan. I don't know if she's just saying that to get some votes, but
no,
it was actually kind
is.
of funny. They asked he asked her, he's like, "Oh, like who's your favorite driver?" And she's like,
Take a guess.
Of course.
Who?
Who?
Take a guess, Eddie.
Charles Leclerc.
No, you're not thinking.
I'm not thinking. Okay, let me think. Logan Sargent.
Come on, man. She don't even know who Logan Sargent is.
Max Verstappen?
Lewis Hamilton, silly.
Oh, Lewis Hamilton. Okay. Yeah.
Come on.
The secondary goat.
Come on.
So watch this all be all political this weekend. You got these two people running for president show up.
If it's political, I turn it off. Or well, if it's political, I mute it. I don't deal with political stuff.
I don't know why we're bringing politics into this podcast anyways.
I didn't bring politics. I just said he's going to show up and she's going to show up and that's it. That's all I said. All right. And that's why Norris is going to win because Trump's going to be there.
All right. We'll see if it happens.
And then
who's your
let's
breakout,
go to...
V?
All right, breakout. Are you guys ready for this? Yuki
Tsunoda.
Yes, because Yuki is gonna want to show up and show out. Ooh. This is his time to prove that he is the one who should be in that seat. All right.
Okay.
And Broken, you guys ready for this? Red Bull.
Okay.
Hi.
All right. I feel attacked, but that's okay.
That's just where I'm putting my dollars.
I really want Max to win this one, but we'll see.
I'm
this
going to shut up. It's my turn. I'm gonna flip this and say Liam is gonna show up and be like, Yuki, get your ass to Aston Martin and the Honda. This is my seat. Liam's gonna show up. I don't know if he's gonna get points, you know. I'm hopeful, you know, as a breakout, but
well, how would he break out?
If he gets P15 and Yuki.
So if he gets P15 and Yuki gets P16, that's breakout?
That's a breakout. That's a breakout.
That's
a breakout.
I don't think so.
Like most things, we're probably just gonna have to discuss it on Sunday.
Right. Okay. So
moving on to my broken.
We'll see how it pans out.
Moving on to
Who's
my
bro-
broken. I'm just sad for Aston Martin. I don't think they're gonna show up this weekend.
I could
That's
see
just my
that.
take.
I could see
Eddie, who you
that.
got?
So my breakout performer is going to be Max Verstappen. Max hasn't won a
Dun,
race
dun,
in
dun,
like
dun.
3 months. So
Wait,
Max
didn't
is going to
he?
break out.
Yeah,
Max
when
hasn't won a
is the
race in a
last time
very
he's
long
won a
time.
race?
Since before Silverstone. Might have been
Wow.
Canada. Might have been the last one.
Let's see. Interesting.
Somebody's gonna check.
I'm looking. Hold on. Are they in order? Yes, they are. Okay. So the last race Max Verstappen won was Spain.
Spain. That's right.
June 23. Wow.
Damn. June.
July,
So almost 4
August.
months. Next week it'll be 4 months, but we're not going to get to that point because he's going to win this race.
That's crazy.
My
June.
broken performer, unfortunately, is going to be Liam Lawson. I
Oh,
think that V carb is trash, and I don't think that he's gonna have a good. I don't think. I mean, I could just say V carb. I think they're both gonna be bad. I'll switch it to that.
All right.
okay.
I
Okay.
think that car can't score points anymore. It was scoring points consistently at the start of the season. I don't think they're anywhere near points now.
Well, just have to see. Now, when it comes to wild predictions, I am going to go with a continuation of a tradition that has been happening lately.
No safety
safety
car.
car. That's my wild prediction.
Okay.
No safety car. No safety car.
No safety car.
Okay.
William?
For my William wild prediction, Williams will score points.
Okay. So
Either
does that
Albon
mean
or Colapinto will bring at least un punto
okay?
for Williams.
I had a very similar wild prediction, but mine is a little bit more specific. So
Go.
I don't know if I can if Will's will be valid because mine is more specific, but it's along the same lines. But mine was going to be that Colapinto scores points and Albon does not.
Ah. You guys, so you would both win then.
That was
You
gonna
would
be
both
my
get
wild
points.
prediction. That was gonna be my wild prediction when I was first thinking about this, but I'm like, there's a lot of teams bringing packages up, so I don't know, but I'm sure Williams will
I
bring in
mean,
something.
yeah, mine is a little bit riskier, I guess. So
Yes, yes. You're being more detailed, which always,
times 2 points, easy.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. I also did
No, we
want
agreed. You said
to
yeah, it's done.
no, no. I wanted to mention also that the track has been resurfaced this year. I forgot to mention that. So should have a nice little clean track, or there'll be problems. We'll find out because last year they were complaining a lot about like the bumpiness of the track and stuff.
Yeah. The 2 times that we've had resurfaced tracks this year, they've complained about the track being too clean in the sense where it's very dusty and there's no
Mhm.
rubber. So
Mm.
I mean,
Not sticky
they'll
enough.
find some way to not be happy about it, but
Yeah, right.
They'll find something.
the track last year was very bumpy. I do remember that. Like cars going. I mean, that's why. Well, that's not why, but Hamilton and Leclerc got disqualified because their plank had too much wear, but they're
Mhm.
just bouncing up and down the main straight, wearing down the
Now,
plank.
do you guys think the rumor is true? Do you
Yes.
think Hawk Tua girl is gonna wave the checkered flag?
I don't know.
Oh gosh.
I don't know.
Oh
But
gosh.
she has like the top 3 podcast now.
No.
Yeah, her podcast is like 3rd.
Yeah.
No.
And we're still here with less than 30 subscribers. Come on, guys.
Click the subscribe button. Yeah, this was a good episode.
That's all, folks. Goodbye.
So we're really looking forward to the race. Wish we could be there, but maybe one next year or the year after that, we can go. I did see a chart that says like from cheapest to most expensive, like Formula One tickets to buy, like on average, and
Mhm.
America, all three America races are like at the top.
Yep.
So it is really hard to get to these races. But we go when we can, and
Mhm.
we enjoy ourselves when we even get to watch it on TV. So thanks for listening. Make sure to click the subscribe button and follow us on the socials. And we hope to see you back here on Sunday for our review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Eddie, I'll
everybody.
see you here
Goodbye.
on Sunday.
Sounds
Take
good.
care.
Goodbye.
Ciao.